Man, what is good, people? The first DLC wave for Sonic Frontiers has been out for a while and I've done everything it has to offer. So in this video, I'll be breaking the whole thing down and giving my opinions for each new feature and mode. So first, let's talk about the Jukebox feature. You get to choose from a selection of songs from past Sonic games to listen to in the open zone areas. There's already a few songs unlocked from the get-go, but you can unlock several more by collecting the music note-shaped memory tokens scattered around the islands. In the audio options menu, you can set the songs to either play in order, shuffle them, or have one song play on a loop. You can also disable the jukebox completely. The songs from the jukebox range from the classic Sonic tracks such as Angel Island Zone from Sonic 3 to modern Sonic tracks such as Arsenal Pyramid from Forces. They also just have the main theme for Frontiers in here too. A few of the tracks are remixes from Generations and Colors Ultimate. Although I think that a few of the tracks feel sort of out of place for the settings of Frontiers, you really can't go wrong with Sonic songs anywhere. Next up is the photo mode. This is pretty much a thing present in a lot of modern games. You have controls for moving, raising, lowering, tilting, and zooming the camera. There's also several filters to choose from to stylize your masterpiece. Obviously, photo mode is great for those who want to make great pictures for social media, but it's also useful for people like me, who can use this mode to shoot B-roll footage and make thumbnails. Though, trying to slowly rotate the camera around Sonic can be a bit of a pain as you need to use both control sticks to try and keep him centered. Also, this photo mode lacks some features that photo modes in other games have, but I'd say this one does the trick. What's also been introduced in this update is the ability to change the appearance of the Koco. In this case, you can turn them into Easter eggs. I do wonder if they're trying to reference the eggs from Billy Hatcher, but none of them look quite the same way as they did in that game, so I don't know. They do look nice though. You can now disable the slot machine during the Starfall event. This is great if you had your fair share of fishing and are not trying to rack up any more of those purple coins. Also, of course, just being able to remove the slot machine from the screen is nice. The Elder and Hermit Koco can now change status levels in bulk. Wait, couldn't the Hermit Koco already do this? Well, anyway, this is obviously better for the Elder Koco as you no longer have to sit around watching the same little animation play for increasing one stat level of speed or rings. Now getting into the new modes, first we have the Cyberspace Challenge. This is where you play through all the cyberspace levels found on an island in succession. The goal is to achieve the lowest completion time possible. It's imperative to do this as you'll need at least an A rank overall to unlock the next set of stages. Once you get at least an A rank for the last island stages, you'll then unlock the option to play through all stages in a row. This is pretty reminiscent of the Egg Shuttle from Sonic Colors. So, this mode keeps track of all the time it takes you to complete all stages overall. I was, at first, under the impression that I had to achieve the specific S rank time for each stage, but that's not the case here. Instead, you're trying to complete each series of stages as fast as possible to stay within an S rank threshold, if you will. I already found arcade mode to be a good way to quickly play the cyberspace levels, but now you get to test your skills here. On a related note, a button command was added which can restart cyberspace stages while mid-game. This is great for arcade mode as you can quickly restart both the level itself and the timer if you're trying to get a good time on a stage. However, when used in the Cyberspace Challenge mode, it restarts the whole run. Yeah. Use with caution. Clearing all stages of the Cyberspace Challenge with an S rank grants you the power boost for use in cyberspace stages. This is the same power boost you get from reaching the ring cap in the open zone areas or maxing out your speed stat. It can't be used in arcade mode, however, so it's only good for replaying the Cyberspace Challenge with or for the main game when you access the levels through the portals in the open zones. The power boost is, of course, much faster than the regular one, and you can even get a lot of airtime when jumping off rails with it. It'll change how you approach the levels a bit, as you can now easily skip over some of the areas thanks to that extra airtime, and you can make short work of the most infamous S rank in the game, 1-2. Oh my god, that's kind of satisfying to do, I'm not gonna lie. Of course, if you do not wish to have that power boost on for these stages, you can just disable in the options menu. Now let's talk about Battle Rush. Contrary to the order of things I talked about in this video thus far, this was the first thing I tried after updating the game. This was due to the kind request from a viewer while I was streaming the game. So anyway, this is similar to the Cyberspace Challenge, but now you're fighting waves of enemies found in the open zone areas. You'll need to defeat the enemies as fast as possible, and the game tracks your overall time of completion for an island. Before even getting into this mode, you have to choose which save data to use, as this will determine the stat levels Sonic utilizes. So in my case, since I've already maxed out all my stats on my 100% save file, I went with that. If you're trying to go for the S ranks, then having your attack stat maxed out is going to be pretty important. For the last phase of each island, you'll fight the boss. So basically, Battle Rush is sorta like a makeshift boss battle mode. Well, I mean, there's no other way to rematch the bosses other than making save files, so... This is a good mode for testing how efficient you are with Sonic's moves and how well you recognize enemy attacks. When playing the game normally, I wasn't really considering ways to optimize my offense against enemies, so it felt refreshing to be put under a test to clear out enemies as fast as possible. Something to bring up, however, is this mode is kind of bugged at the moment. For instance, on a couple runs, I'd be at D rank even after quickly clearing the first wave. So I mean, that's strict. Why'd I get a D? Why'd y'all give me a D? That's gotta be a bug. Then for Kronos Island, specifically on the 5th wave, one of the enemies was just invincible, could not destroy them at all. What? Excuse... Bro, die! I want you to die! I command you to die! You must die! Bro, Oh, you Why are you invincible? It's bugged. It's bugged, dude. It's bugged. Just like with the Cyberspace Challenge, you need to get an A rank to move on to the next island's waves. Also, by A ranking all islands here, you'll then be able to challenge all islands in a row. I thought this would be quite daunting at first, but it only took me about half an hour to S rank, so yeah. GG's. By achieving all S ranks in Battle Rush, you'll unlock Extreme Mode. This is a higher difficulty mode for the main game, which attempts to spice things up with the following parameters. One-hit kills, so rings won't help you here. Enemies are more aggressive, no stat upgrades, and harder rank times for the cyberspace stages. Yeah, this wasn't advertised up front, but yes, playing cyberspace levels in Extreme Mode campaign will have stricter requirements for the ranks. I was thinking that having the power boost on enabled the harder times, but after doing some investigating, it's very much an Extreme Mode thing. I feel conflicted about this difficulty mode overall. I've been wanting an excuse to play the game all over again, a la New Game Plus kind of deal. Well, this ain't it, Chief. It mostly feels like I'm playing the game again like normal, but I have to avoid damage. Though, there's been times where I actually take damage and don't die. I did not... Oh wait, I got hit. Yes, I got hit, but I didn't die. What? What? I don't even understand. It's not just the normal enemies out in the open zones that can one-shot you. You can't get hit in cyberspace either. Let me see. Yeah, so it carries to cyberspace. You cannot get hit. If you get hit, even with rings, you die. well. And you can't get hit during the supersonic boss fights. Yeah. What? I died? Do not tell me. I had tons of rings. Do I really die from even taking one of this thing's hits? There's no way. There's literally no way. Oh my god, you literally just die. Because I touched the lasers on its back. Because of the way it like is about to swing its fist, you know? You literally just die. You want to know where this thing's the hardest? The Wyvern fight. If you touch even one missile, you have to redo that whole platforming section again. This also stings quite a lot when fighting Guardian enemies who have kind of a long attack sequence. Oh what, you got hit by a projectile on the rail and you couldn't react to it in time? Gotta start over. You got hit during Tank's crazy tornado nonsense? Gotta start that over too, and Tank is a bulky enemy. Due to you only having level 1 attack power in this mode, you can't finish these fights quickly, meaning that your behind is going into that Tank tornado like 3 times. Now on the flip side, having a low attack stat means you can actually experiment more with combos rather than evaporating enemies on the site. However, for my playthrough of Extreme Mode, I bone rushed through the game. Doing this wasn't too hard as the majority of my time was spent collecting memory tokens. Getting into the cyberspace portals wasn't too hard either, as portal gears can sometimes spawn from weaker non-Guardian enemies. Or just from the ground or something. Anyway, that's Sonic Frontiers Wave 1 DLC in a nutshell. The addition of new challenge modes in the Jukebox do not disappoint. Extreme Mode kinda does. And quality of life stuff is always welcome, especially that Elder Koco mass level up. No one else should suffer what I've suffered. So, what do you people think of Wave 1 of DLC for Frontiers? Let me know in the comments below and I'll see you all in another video. Peace out, friends.